We have all come to believe that cataracts are just a normal part of aging, something you'll have to deal with sooner or later. But in 2025, we know more than ever why cataracts form, and the truth is, in many cases, it's not just about getting older, it's about how you live, what you eat, and what you're exposed to, and what you do before symptoms show up. The exciting part? We now have the real science pointing to ways we can delay cataracts, reduce their impact, or maybe even avoid needing surgery altogether. So in this video, I'll walk you through exactly what has been proven, what's promising, and what's just hype. I'll keep it practical so you can walk away knowing exactly what you can do to protect your vision. Let's start with what's already in your control. When it's come to cataracts prevention, your everyday habits matter a lot more than people think. Let's start with sunlight. You've probably heard that UV light damages your skin. Well, it does the same thing to your eyes, especially your lens. Over time, unprotected exposure to UV rays accelerates the breakdown of lens proteins, which causes clouding, also known as a cataract. That's why the most simple thing you can do is wear high-quality sunglasses. Look for lenses that block 100% of UVA and UVB rays. Not just dark lenses, they need to say UV 400 or 100% UV protection. And wear them even if it's overcast, because UV rays still come through the clouds. Next, your diet. Your lens is made of proteins, and just like every part of your body, those proteins need to stay intact to stay functional. When they oxidize or break down, the lens starts to cloud. So the key here is antioxidants. Studies have shown that people who eat diets high in antioxidants, like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are found in leafy greens like spinach and kale, have lower rates of cataracts. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish like salmon and sardines are also protective, not just for your eyes, but for your overall brain and nerve health. Citrus fruits, berries, and colorful vegetables provide vitamin C and other antioxidants that support lens clarity. And don't forget hydration. Staying well hydrated helps your eyes maintain proper fluid balance, including in your lens itself. Now, here's the big one, smoking. If you smoke, or even if you're exposed to a lot of secondhand smoke, you're at a significantly higher risk of developing cataracts earlier. Why? Because smoking releases free radicals, unstable molecules that damage your lens from the inside out. And here's another critical piece, blood sugar control. If you have diabetes or even prediabetes, high blood sugar causes changes in your lens, leading to swelling, clouding, and eventual cataract formation. It's called a diabetic cataract, and it often develops faster than age-related cataracts. So if you're managing blood sugar, you're also protecting your lens. The bottom line, cataracts aren't just an age issue, they're a lifestyle issue. And the great news is you can start protecting your eyes today. Let's talk about the exciting part. New medical research that could one day help prevent or even reverse cataracts. Right now, the most buzzworthy development is a class of experimental eye drops based on a molecule called lanosterol. Lanosterol is a naturally occurring compound in the body that helps keep lens proteins in their proper shape. In early animal studies, researchers found that applying lanosterol-based drops could reduce cloudiness in the lens and in some cases restore partial clarity. Now, human trials are underway. Companies in the US, China, and Europe are testing different versions of these drops. It's still early, none are FDA approved yet, but the results are promising enough that ophthalmologists around the world are watching closely. Another type of molecule being studied is called oxysterol. It helps stabilize and repair misfolded proteins inside the lens. These compounds are being tested not just as drops, but possibly as slow-release implants in the future. There's also growing interest in what's called pharmacological chaperones. These are molecules that help guide lens proteins into their correct shape, kind of like folding a shirt properly so it fits in a drawer rather than crumbling it up. If this protein folding process can be improved with medication, we might be able to delay cataract formation for years. Now, just to be clear, none of these are available to the public yet, but the research is real, the trials are active, and the timeline is shortening. We're not talking about 30 years from now. We're talking about products that might be just a few years away. Now, let's talk about supplements. Every few months, a new pill hits the market claiming to cure or prevent cataracts. But let's look at what's backed by science. One of the most studied formulas is the AREDS 2 supplement. It was originally developed for macular degeneration. It contains vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, copper, lutein, and zeaxanthin. While AREDS 2 is officially used to slow macular degeneration, some studies have suggested that its ingredients, especially lutein and zeaxanthin, may also help reduce the risk or delay the onset of cataracts. However, this is not a miracle pill. The benefit is modest. If your diet is poor in leafy greens, colorful vegetables, or fish, a supplement like this may help. But if you already eat a balanced diet, it may not add much. What about newer supplements? You'll see ads for bilberry, astaxanthin, and saffron for eye health. While they may help support general eye function and blood flow, there's no strong clinical evidence yet that they prevent cataracts specifically. So if you take a supplement, do it to fill nutritional gaps, not as a substitute for healthy habits. Do you like science fiction? What I'm about to talk about next is the most futuristic, but it is not science fiction. It is very much grounded in real research. Scientists are now looking at how we can rejuvenate the aging lens instead of replacing it. Let me explain. Your lens becomes cloudy because its cells lose the ability to repair damage. Over time, oxidative stress, UV exposure, and poor nutrition break down the proteins, and the eye has no way to fix them. But what if we could reprogram those lens cells to behave like they did when you were 25? That's where gene therapy and protein repair technology come in. At research centers like UC San Francisco and Harvard, scientists are exploring ways to reactivate repair mechanism in the eye using targeted gene editing tools like CRISPR. The idea is not to replace the lens, but to help it fix itself. Other teams are working on biological chaperone molecules that seek out and fix damaged proteins inside the lens. These are still in very early stages, but the concept is similar to how we treat some forms of inherited blindness today. Again, these aren't available yet, but just 5 years ago, this was all theory. Now it's funded, it's active, and it's moving forward. We may be entering an era where the best cataract surgery is no surgery at all. So here's what we know in 2025. You can protect your eyes today with sunglasses, good nutrition, and blood sugar control. Early research into lens protecting eye drops is showing promise. Trials are active right now. Supplements like AREDS 2 may help if you're not getting the right nutrients from your diet. And in the future, we may repair the lens from inside instead of replacing it in surgery. This is no longer a dream. It's real science already in motion. If you care about your vision, and especially if you're trying to delay cataracts, subscribe to this channel. I'll break down the science, the treatments, and what's truly worth your time. Because clear vision isn't just about what you see today. It's about protecting your vision for the years to come.